Just get a sip. Okay, let's start. Yeah, I'm filming just a cozy video, hopefully a short one, where I'll be telling you my fall TBR and also just recommending you some fall books that I think that fit into the season. I have everything written down on my notebook, so I will just be reading off this list, and I do have it by categories, it being horror, thriller, and murder mystery, mangas and graphic novels, contemporary books, and fantasy, sci-fi, and dystopian books. Okay, so the first book that I will be reading is actually one that I'm currently reading already, but it's The Fellowship of the Ring, and I know that probably everyone knows about this book by now. The Fellowship of the Ring is the first book in the Lord of the Rings series, and everyone knows it by now. I usually do a rewatch every year, and not actually in fall, but in Christmas time. But it's the book that I'm currently reading, and it was on my TBR, and I'm reading it for Kitty's. Kitty is reading. You're distracting me. Yeah, you're distracting me. I'm reading it for Kitty's reading Patreon book club, and this is a buddy read for September, right? Yeah. I actually tried to read this book about 3 or 4 years ago, but I couldn't just get into it. I don't think that my brain was like in that zone. Bless you. Since it was actually COVID time as well, so, and this is like a dense book, and I didn't know about audiobooks then. So now I'm listening to the audiobook. Okay, bless you. So I'm listening to the audiobook narrated by Andy something, and he's a really good narrator. So if you're going to read these books, the Lord of the Rings books and The Hobbit, I do suggest you listen to the audiobook narrated by Andy, since it's very nice. Next book on my TBR is a sci-fi one, and it's a psalm built for the wild build. A psalm for the wild build, and I think this one is just cozy and small, and it's about a cyborg or a robot. I think it's a robot that meets a monk, and then they just share stories about life. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I just saw a lot of booktubers that have the same taste as me really liking this video, so I am going to read it this fall. Stop biting me, please. My arms are just all scratched by now. So then we have a graphic novel, which is Orange, the second complete collection. Oh my god, I cannot. Orange, the complete collection, volume 2. It's a manga. I really enjoyed volume 1, and I cannot wait to read volume 2, but I've been waiting for the weather to get like chillier, like just crisp, because I think of it as like more of a fall book, you know? I don't know why, but I feel like it's emotional, but at the same time cozy, although it's very sad and emotional. I guess we all have different opinions on what's cozy. Stop! You can be here, just stop biting me. Next ones are all just thrillers or murder mysteries or horror books, and for the next one, stop drooling my notebook, thanks. And for the next one we have The Last Word, which I ordered 3 times now, and none of the copies came well. They all came misprinted, but we'll just ignore that, or else I'll get just but I'll decided I'll read it just on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I will not be spending the money, and I got a refund, so everything is fine. It's all well, don't worry. The Last Word is about an author that writes a bad review on a book on like Goodreads or something like that, and then she starts to get assaulted and stalked by the author that asked her to take down a review, and she said she wouldn't. So now she's like house sitting for a friend, and then some like weird shit starts happening, and yeah, you can kind of guess where it will go. But I still think it will be a fun read, so yeah. And next, by the same author, we have No Exit, which is about, I think, because I heard about this book a long time ago, but decided to read it anyway. And it's also on Kindle Unlimited. And I think it's about a girl who is driving and then stops to get gas and then just gets stuck, or a car breaks down. I think it's something like that. I'm not really sure. But it's a thriller, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I decided to read it. And again, a lot of people seem to like it, so yeah. Okay, actually, the next books that I'm going to talk about are all on Kindle Unlimited, except for one, which is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I only read the first book, but I'm going to read the rest of the series, and I really wanted to finish it before the end of the year, but I already read the first book, and it's about teenagers that are working for the FBI, and they have kind of what are they called, like they have not superpowers. They have, oh my god. Basically, The Naturals is about teenagers that work for the FBI, and it's like Criminal Minds, but with teenagers. You know, you have profilers, you have all of that stuff. I'm missing words right now. I'm tired. It's the end of the day. But yeah, just know that the first book was really good, so I intend on finishing the series, so that's on my fall TBR, and it's actually one of my recommendations to you as well if you haven't read it. Okay, so now the rest of the books are from Kindle Unlimited, and first we have Pretty Girls. And Pretty Girls I heard so much about, but I know nothing about it. I'm just going in because a lot of people liked it, and again, people that have the same taste as me or similar taste as me, so I'm just going in blind, and hopefully I will love it because a lot of people praise it, so I'm just going in with great expectations but no knowledge of the plot. This is going well. And then we have Sometimes I Lie, which I think wait, let me see what the back of the book reads. Okay, so the premise for this book is: my name is Amber Reynolds. There are 3 things you should know about me. 1, I'm in a coma. 2, my husband doesn't love me anymore. 3, sometimes I lie. Hence the title of the book, obviously. So basically in this book we have the unreliable narrator, because as she says, sometimes I lie. So throughout the book I think I'll just be like, wait, is this true? Because it says that she wakes up in a hospital and she can't move or speak, but she can hear people around her. I like the unreliable narrator stuff, so I think I'll really like this book. So let's hope I do. Yeah. Oh, then we have Ask for Andrea. Is about 4 girls who got murdered by the same man. And then this guy starts to get hunted by the 4 girls that he murdered. So basically it's about getting revenge, and I love books where the main characters get revenge. And it's also more like into horror because it involves ghosts, but I really don't mind that since it's also a thriller, so I hope I won't be scared. At least I hope so, because I'm a scared cat. I get scared very easily. book on my TBR is Confessions, which I do have the physical copy, and I don't know if it's on Kindle Unlimited actually. But I'm going to read the physical copy since I bought it, and it's about middle grade teacher, high school teacher, that her daughter got murdered when she was 4, and she is now out for revenge for her daughter's death. And I found it really interesting because I really love juvenile justice, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it, but be aware of the trigger warnings because there are some scenes that are very disturbing. My first one is a graphic novel that I started a few days ago and that was gifted to me by my friend, and it's The Girl from the Other Side, and it's about basically a country, not really, I think it's a country that is divided between I read this in Portuguese, so translating this into English is very just confusing. But they have the dark side or the dark ones, and then they have the white ones, and there's this girl Shiva that was supposedly infected by the dark side, because once you get to the dark side or a dark one touches you, you get infected, and then you turn into one of them, one of the creatures, just all what's it called, all disfigured and all. And it's being very interesting. I really like the relationship between Shiva and the teacher, which is the other main character, and he's one of the others, or one of the dark people. And I'm really liking it. I'm already on volume 3, no, 2. I've read volume 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm going to volume 3. So that's also part of my fall TBR. And yes, I really recommend that because it's very cozy and a very quick read since it's a graphic novel. Then I have a manga, which is A Silent Voice, which is about a girl that is deaf and she gets bullied by this classmate. And years later, after she transferred schools, they meet up again, and the guy, after being bullied because he bullied the girl, just decides to redeem himself and just apologize, and then the story progresses after that. And there's also a movie if you want to watch it. I already watched the movie, so I already knew the story of the manga, but I still really want to finish the manga since there are only like, I don't know, 11 volumes. How many volumes are there? Yeah, there are 7 volumes, not 11. As I was saying, 11, I think it's The Girl from the Other Side, actually. For the other manga, I already talked about it earlier, which is Orange, which I also recommend, obviously, since I loved the first volume. So please go read that if you feel up to it, but just know you'll cry. I did. Yeah. Oh, next one is a dystopian one, and I'm not usually a big fan of dystopian books, so this was a surprise for me actually. But I read Battle Royale last year for a readathon that my friend organized, and I really liked it. This is the book that inspired Hunger Games, and it was written actually in the year that I was born, 1999. So I guess that's why it's awesome, just saying. And it's very good. I cannot stop recommending this book to everyone, and since I read it around October, I think, that's why I'm recommending it for fall. And since I read it around October or November, that's why I'm recommending it for fall. And it's about a group of students, just a class of students, that gets thrown into a bus, and they're like, oh, you're going on a trip, like a fun trip. But then the bus starts just getting filled with gas, And things start to go a bit wrong. Like they wake up in a replica of their classroom, but with all the windows sealed. And basically, they are entering a tournament till death until just one person is left, and then the rest is history. You'll just have to read it, and it's very, very good. It's quite a long, chunky book. It's 656 pages, if I'm not wrong. But it's very, very good and worth it every page. Just very, very worth it. I cannot stop recommending this book to everyone. Another dystopian, which I was told that was like battle royale, kind of like battle royale, was Fantastic Land, and I read it last month. It was a buddy read with my friend Faye. I liked it, but I don't know, just I think it could be just a bit better, because the format was kind of throwing me off. I do like interview formats like the Daisy Jones and the Six, or the interviews in the middle of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I don't know, this kind of just jumped chronologically between the interviews, so that kind of confused me, and sometimes I didn't know who was who. But I think that I was listening to the audiobook most of the time, so I think that also didn't help. But the audiobook is actually very good, since the narrator imitates the whole like cast voices. But Fantastic Land is a book where a person is writing a book inside a book, about what happened in Fantastic Land, which was a theme park, after a hurricane Sadie hit, and then just shit got just completely crazy. People started killing each other, just teenagers killing teenagers, and yeah, like I said, it's kind of like battle royale, but in my opinion, battle royale was way better. But I still recommend this one. Okay, so the next two are fantasy ones, and it's A Spindle Splintered, which is retelling of The Sleeping Beauty. And then I do have Thorn Edge, which is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty as well. Actually, it's two retellings of Sleeping Beauty. I'm just now realizing this. But yeah, basically it's both retellings of Sleeping Beauty, and I did enjoy both. They are not just like crazy good reads that I gave a high rating, but you know, they were short, very short, just about 100 and something pages each, and both were very entertaining, so I do recommend both of those if you want just a quick read and a fun read. The next two are contemporary books, and the first one was actually one that I never thought I would be suggesting or reading or just recommending in general or like it. I don't know, I just didn't think I would. And it's The Foxhole Court, and it's the first book on the All for the Game series, and it's about Neil, and he plays Exy, which is basically lacrosse but more aggressive. And then he goes play for the Foxes, and there's mafia involved, and yeah, you just have to read it or go in blind like I did, because damn, just damn, that book is crazy, but I did like it. It's very unhinged. And then the other one is actually a romance book, which is I Hope This Doesn't Find You, about Sadie, I think her name is Sadie, and Julius, that basically hate each other and are academic rivals. And one day Sadie just gets all her emails just leaked, like her drafts leaked, because she, instead of writing in a diary like, oh, I hate this person because of this and this and this, because she's a people pleaser, she won't say it to their faces. She wrote them down on draft emails, But then suddenly her emails got out and everyone got the emails from her. And one of the people that got it was Julius, which you can guess is the what's it called? The romantic interest. Romantic interest? This is not sounding right. You get what I mean. It's the main guy, okay? You know. It's an enemies to lovers. It's fun. It's light. It feels like you're reading a K-drama. If you like K-dramas, you like this one. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about it. It's very cozy. You should try it. Okay, so the other ones are, surprise, surprise, thriller, horror, or murder mysteries. Because I'm just being in love with thrillers, you know. And for me, fall, spooky times, October is for the thrills, you know. So we have The Silent Patient, which is about a woman who shot her husband 5 times in the head. And then she goes to a psych ward, and her therapist starts treating her, and yeah, we start to figure it out, what went on, why she did it, what really happened. And yeah, I did really like this book. I gave it a solid 4.5 stars, so I do really recommend this book for October, so you get the chills. And yeah, okay, so the next two are just 2 murder mysteries YAs. One I talked about, which is The Naturals, and the other one is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I'm sure everyone heard about, but it's about Pippa, who's investigating a crime that happened 5 years ago, where Sal killed Andy, his girlfriend, and she's investigating because Sal killed himself, so they never got the truth out if he killed her or not. And she decides to do like, what's it called, I think it's the paper you do to apply to college or something like that, about this case. And she tries to solve it, and then just gets involved in it with also Sal's brother, Ravi. Oh my god, I forgot his name also all of a sudden. I love Pippa and Ravi. Why would I forget his name? And this easily became one of my favorite series of this year, and probably will be one of my favorite series of all time. So I really do recommend it. The other one is a middle grade horror book, and it's by the master Neil Gaiman, and it's Coraline. I'm pretty sure already that everyone knows about Coraline, and so I'm not going to explain it. There's a movie, there's a book, so yeah, Coraline is perfect for this time of the year. Again, Halloween. Coraline, just everything Neil Gaiman is just Halloween, so really recommend it. And yeah, go watch the movie as well, because I actually read the book, but I haven't watched the movie, and I'm 25. What am I doing in my life? Who knows? The last book recommendation I have for you is Bunny, which is an horror book that is not for everyone because it's basically about these girls who are in a cult, and they transform people into men into bunnies. And it's confusing. As you can see, I'm having a hard time just explaining to you what it is about. Just know that it's confusing. Don't expect to know what is going on, because I didn't either. I still really liked it, and I gave it a 5-star. And yeah, read it. You know, just try it, and then you'll see if you like it or not. Yeah, that's it. That's the video. I hope you liked it. Please give it a like, subscribe, comment, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I'm going to yawn. Wait a second. Like my cozy set of just pumpkins and pillows and lights, and Milo making gagging noises in the background. Okay, bye.